fucking morning, my nigga.
What's the word, brethren? What's the word?
Chilling, bro. What's up with you, Brody?
Man, at work, fucking around.
When you say you at work,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm on my way to
Hell
work.
yeah.
I've been on this bitch 3 days straight. I'm not about to
Mm-hmm.
make that a habit, but I be having, I got like, bro, Grizz, I got like 1,666 titles, bro. And I be wanting to get them shits off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
but it's not more of I want a crowd of people. Like you know how you sit down and you watch what's going on, Coda King, how you watch certain shows and stuff like that, certain YouTube channels on relationships and stuff like that. I'd rather have that many people in a room than have a crowd of motherfuckers. But I'd rather have people that's worth talking to, that's going to speak some sense and not just spear hatred. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
some of these topics need to be touched. You know what I'm saying? Because if you notice, half you notice that women act like men owe them a better life. It's like we owe it to you.
Mm-hmm.
This is not earned. You have to give it, and if you don't give it, and then I'm moving on. So you know what I'm saying? Stop that
Yeah,
self
nah, I'm with
sabotaging relationship shit. You get it?
you.
So what do you think about
Mm-hmm.
the topic? Do you think that men owe women a better life?
Nah, I think when you get with a woman, especially if y'all building, that's something she got to build too. I know it's a bunch of rhetoric. I think you're lucky to find right now with all the rhetoric and the false agendas that just drop out the sky. Usually, a lot of that shit start on Twitter out of nowhere from one of them fake pages. I think you lucky to find you a woman that understands this. Like I don't just owe you something just for the fuck of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you want her to submit to you. You meet her, she just don't owe you that shit. You feel me? That's something, yeah, that's a give and take type thing. But it's a lot of different voices in her ear telling her, "Oh, nah, he needs to do this for you. He needs to be this for you." As if your life goal is to serve to make her life better only. You feel what I'm saying? Like it gets weird. But I had
Yeah.
a conversation with a dude like that not too long ago, not on your page, but it was somewhere else, and I was like, bro, it ain't you as a man, your life goal ain't just simply to make some random woman's life better. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's wild.
Even from the beginning, meet a woman. Wait,
You
but
breaking
she
up.
but she like shit. I'm over the bridge. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. So not meaning to brag or nothing, right, bro? So out of the whole 3 and some change years that I've been on this app, it was this year is the only year that I showed like 3 people my check. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 people my check. 3 years, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
if my shit is be like 2,790, 2,500, 2,000. It all depends on how hard I bust my ass hauling these loads locally. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they what's up with these fucking lights? Cause got a scary movie out. You know what I'm saying? So my bad. So a woman automatically said to me, "See, you can take care of me. See, I can take care of you. Wait, this money that
Mm.
I listen, we ain't even been talking 3 months, and then somebody say some shit like that. You thinking that they joking? She's acting like she's joking. What's up, Cheese? She's acting like she's joking, but we already know 50% of a joke, 50% serious too. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about some shit like that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna invite you up, Cheese. Cheese, you don't come up, but I'm gonna invite you up. You invite me back.
yeah. I think that's crazy, but I just think that when you got so many, it's just so many voices telling certain women don't fall for that shit, but some of them do. That's crazy though, just to feel like that's something that she's, oh, you could take care of me. Like, man, look, I'm trying to take care of myself. Like, in order for me to take care of you, or consider that shit, you gotta take care of me too. You feel me? Like, come on, man, like that shit crazy though. But
like you
the game
negate
ain't.
like you negate all the things I already have to take care of. Just
Yeah,
say, yeah,
exactly,
that
exactly.
extra 5,000 can go to me. No, it cannot. Like I got things going on, so I'll be like, I don't even know what to do in those type of situations. But I know that I don't like to even hear that shit. Automatically, I think about you just want to use you. just need me to help you make your life better. And we ain't even been dating a certain amount of time for you to even be comfortable to say some shit to me like that. You don't have that clout, but you automatically feel as though I owe you that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's men's fault?
Sure.
You in a, you in a
Shit.
you in a blender. You can hear me? You in the matrix. Try it again. Come up, Chichi. Just safe space. Try it again, Grizz. Cheyenne, you gonna come up today? You gonna speak today, or you still got your guy sleeping right now? You just flying. You are. just in the group. Do you think that men owe women a better life? Like that is something that is just you just give out from the beginning, meeting and stuff like that. Just meeting, I mean. Chris, are you there, Chris?
Yeah, I had to leave out and come back, but yeah, man, that shit crazy. I just think, man, I'm telling you, it's almost like everything has become like prostitute and a John type situation. You feel me? Like that shit crazy, bro. That shit
When
crazy.
when do you actually think that a man do owe a woman a better life?
I think y'all have to prove to each other that y'all are what y'all have been advertising to each other. And I think once y'all make that commitment to each other, then once y'all make that commitment to each other that y'all gonna do this and it's gonna be a better life, yeah, I mean y'all gonna work together at it, then I think that's when y'all need to start, being that for each other. You feel me? Her doing
Well,
what she needs to do to make it better for you and you doing the versa. But I would
right,
think
right, right.
once 6, 7 months into that shit, once y'all really committed, like, hey, this is the person I'm really finna be with. Yeah, I think if it's some casual shit, like, I think, I wouldn't play myself, you know.
That's how I was saying. It gotta be you have to show it on both ends. It's like it's not a give and take. It's me most times it's me giving. I'm the one that have to prove it. Ladies, come up. Ladies, a couple of lady voices. There's not gonna be that much people on the stage and stuff like that. And y'all can say what y'all want. I'm not. I mean, tripping. I'm not tripping. I'm not gonna have nobody tripping on y'all either. You know what I'm saying? You are entitled to your own opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really, I when I've been dating, and for some reason it's like, and they can't say, oh, it's who you pick and da da da. You really don't know what you're running into, bro. You understand what I'm saying? You don't. You don't know what you're running into. But to me, you know how you say 6 months into the relationship, a person show you who they really are. Well, they're nice, but then after 6 months, they show you who they really are. To me, it's like I'm older now, so I ask certain things, so I get it out of them quicker. So I stay about 2 months into I ask certain questions and stuff, and I don't even know if they feel they care if I'm testing them out. They just come out and say what they want to at times. You know what I mean? Oh my God, bro! Like if I could really dig deep into the things that I go through, you be like, word, bro, like that. What they see what you do with it.
hmm
I
Especially,
automatically, yeah,
especially if they think you got it like that. And once she know you got it, she probably looking like, oh, he got it. Oh yeah, I'm finna
exactly.
push my line now. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Soon to think you got it like that. Oh no, you got it like that. Like I said, I show proof of certain things, and the reason why I show proof of certain things because I want you to show me who you are too. You understand what I'm saying? Like I am the type of guy that'll bust my ass to make shit
hmm
work. No problem. I'll do what I have to do. I'm automatically programmed to do that. But then, are you worth it? That's the big question. Are you worth? You have to be worth it. We don't
Yeah.
owe you anything. We owe each other something. Hey, Asma, maybe Asma will come up and speak. How you feel about it? I know you just came in though, but we just been discussing a little bit. We haven't been here too long. Probably like about like 10 minutes, right, bro? Can't speak yet, fortunately. But
Yeah.
just put it. Y'all could just
I
put it.
can.
If y'all got a question, just put it in the chat. We'll respond to the questions in the chat. I'm on my way to work, so figure out open up something, bro. Have a quick conversation. Scrolling through IG and stuff like that. A lot of women feel as though men, when they find out a man is doing what he needs to do, they feel that wouldn't that be a sign of showing a man that you can be trusted? You know what I mean? That you won't bail. Look, Jada just came out of nowhere. That you won't bail on them when situations get hard. You know what I mean? When do you think that's the time? If you find a man that you want or you feel as though it's worth your time, and the man gonna feel as though she's worth my time because he's gonna deal with it. Wouldn't that be the time to be on your best behavior? You feel what I'm saying? I'm not like a kid, but I get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll bring you up. All right, all right. What's up, Village? I sent you an invite, Jada. Why your eyes up, Jay? Good morning. Jay, why your eyes
Okay,
up?
repeat your perspective one more time.
No, wow. If a woman end up finding a guy that she deems is worth it, don't you think at this point she should be, giving her the best out of herself instead of acting up? You don't think so?
Getting the best out of
It's,
y'all as far as what?
say it again.
Getting the best out of y'all as far as what?
Everything of her. If she,
Okay.
if she, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so just because a man can provide a financial life don't mean it's going to be a healthy life. I want that to be understood. Some of these men, I do believe they can provide women with a financial secure life, but it
Hmm.
don't going to be a healthy one. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the part that, I think men don't understand why women, we want the secure life, the financial security, but we want it to be healthy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think that's
Hmm.
the part men do not hit the bills on. Is the healthy part. Like, I want to, if we go on vacation, can I sit down on the beach in the sand with you and have a conversation? It's just going to be
Hmm.
something you can do.
That's just my point right there, Jada. My point is, if you find that type of guy that does all those things, shouldn't you put your best self forward
Okay, yeah,
instead of,
but
you know what I'm saying?
let me ask you a question. Just
Hmm.
based
Shoot.
off of what you're saying, the healthy man is what we're talking about. The healthy man that can provide the lifestyle, right?
Right. Exactly.
As a grown man yourself, how many men do you think are out there like that?
Well, I can't count my innocence. Um, that's something I can't even quantify. I'll tell you the truth, but they're out there. So let's make the point. Shoot, you can hear me, or am I in the matrix? So let's make the point. So you feel as though that is not enough good men out there like that at all, or are women looking in the wrong places? Just like I say, men are looking in the wrong
I can
places.
hear you. Not a lot of men
Y'all
out
know.
there at all. Like, it's not about. So here's my thing. So I have a checklist I need men to check off. Okay, would you
Hmm.
like a checklist?
Yeah.
Have your own car and crib. Um, have your own car and crib. It's gonna be number one. Have 75% of your childhood trauma worked out in therapy or to be in therapy. The third thing on the checklist is be open minded. Black men are not open minded as much. You know what I'm saying? And I will say, four, be able to be emotionally able to withdraw and to put back in, deposit it. You know what I'm saying? So, this is the thing. I think just number two is going to keep me from getting to numbers three and four. Men are do not have 75% of their childhood trauma worked out in therapy, especially not black men. So when you're talking about this healthier man, it does not exist in numbers like that. There are not a lot of black men that are pro therapy. And I'm not talking about getting into a building and sitting across from a lady and talking to them. Spiritual therapy is a thing, music therapy. There are multiple forms of therapy. But
I'm glad you said that.
right, and I don't think that black men explore a lot of the other sides of it because they think that when black women are telling them, oh, they need to get in therapy, we're talking about you getting across from the lady. I don't give a damn about the lady. Get across from somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then another excuse I've been hearing black men say, yeah, which I'm sure you've heard as well, is that there aren't enough black therapists. Do you need your therapist to be the same skin color to you? Is for you to get into therapy. And if
You
black
want me
men
to
are,
answer that question?
that's never gonna happen.
You want me to answer that question or no? Or that was just
Yes, I
rhetorical?
want you to ask that question. Do you need your therapist to be black for you to go
Yes.
there?
Yes. Me.
That's
Yes.
so. I think that's a fair point, Yay. It's just not realistic. It's just like women that think that they're gonna meet men where they at and with six figures and stuff like that, and they don't even come up from those kind of ranks. Men are just as delusional if they think that they're going to meet a lot of black therapists when the numericals do not present that there's going to be a lot of black therapists or that they are. So if you're going to talk about delusion, that's one thing the men are deluding themselves on. If they're waiting for black therapists, it's not going to happen.
I don't agree.
Okay.
I don't agree because there are enough black therapists out there. You just have to search for them. People don't like to search. They like to take what's given to them. Oh shit, I got a red bar. You hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Because I'd even look for them myself. I'm in St. Pete. I'm in Florida. When I look up therapists, the first thing that pops up more than likely are white therapists and stuff like that. And then you have the lady black therapist. Okay, we want to something. Then I mean, like you gotta really search. It's nothing. It's not nothing on the surface that you could just go and just like, okay, I want this and just. You have to really do your homework. And the reason why I say I want someone like me because if you don't understand exactly where I come from and you've been there and you rose to where I want to be, and I know that what was known to be to have a civilized life, then what we have, if you just come from a silver spoon and you had no problems, you had nothing to work out, you didn't do the work yourself. Why should I be convinced that you can really talk to me to something that I've been through? That's the reason why so I feel like that. You get what I'm saying? I don't care if it's
So,
a black woman therapist. I'd rather a black woman therapist tell you the truth. But a man to be great when it comes from my background. Follow me? That's just
so
me.
here's the thing. There'll never be a bunch of black therapists because of the simple fact is you don't have enough black people going to college for that stuff and continuing past undergrad. The statistic is that black people don't progress past undergrad school if they are eligible to finish. So that you don't have you that's actually facts. You're not going to find a lot of black people who pursue past undergrad. So that's going to be the first thing that binds that. Secondly, even for the black therapists that are out there, you got to help that they're taking clientele, new clientele. And a lot of black therapists are not taking new clientele because of the simple fact is they're overloaded with clients already because you have black people who primarily decide to go into or want a black therapist or one that looks like them. But I find that intriguing because, okay, like I said, for black men that seek therapy, maybe for sexual assault or rape on their upbringing, what makes black men think white men can't understand rape? They get raped more than we do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so
Especially
now
Catholic.
contextual is what really matters. So okay, I got you with that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, young white men actually endure rape in their adolescence more than black men, especially with them being most of them going into Catholicism. And
Mm.
there are multiple cases throughout their upbringing where there's a priest or an uncle or someone that rapes them. That is actually a fact, and that's not
Do we
just
gotta
something
do we
little
gotta go
daughter.
that deep? Shit, Jada.
But what I'm saying is that if black men feel as though if you're like a black man that endured rape during your upbringing, it's kind of affected you sexually and produced promiscuity, you could actually talk to a white man about that because they can understand it more than you fucking think. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You don't need a black therapist. If people are looking for relative, they're gonna lose in therapy anyway because all black people can't relate to them. And therapists have talked about that. Just because they're black does not mean they can relate to certain people's trauma. You know what I'm saying? So a black man look for that when they go to therapy. That's a short inch because black therapists, that Kalana said, most of them endure patients who have talked about rape and things like that. And the therapist had to come out and admit he had never experienced that as a black man. So when people are looking for relativity in therapy, it's gonna stint their growth. Because if you're going into this thinking that because this black therapist is black, that they can relate to you more, that's actually a fallacy. They could have
So
grew
what
up.
about what about not going that deep, touching the surface on and really touching the surface? God damn it! No, I'm sorry, I'm driving. Um,
Okay.
let's talk. What about they didn't not go to the stream and say something like learn how to be able to communicate and be able to at least empathize with someone that you know what I mean, like a woman and stuff like that, instead of feel as though that you need to go through what they went through to understand them. What about things like that of the IQ thing that we always talk about? We always mention that. What about something like that? Because most black men don't even know how to communicate to their significant other. What
Yeah.
about something like that?
What if your black therapist, yay, dates white men? Think she can relate to your issues? That's my thing. Like, you can't, black
But
men
then that's
can't,
not the one for me. That's not the one for me. Then okay, so,
but
you know what I'm saying?
that's a problem because just because she dates white men doesn't mean
Hmm.
she grew up in a black family. That's what I'm
Do you
saying.
think that?
You
Do you
can't
think
go
that
into
because you have in both cultures? Do you think that why you feel so strongly about that? This
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people automatically think if you grew up around or you're adopted or anything like that, you can't relate to black issues. No, I still face black identity crisis, which automatically presses me to be more cautious when I'm either dealing with black people or trying to learn about what happens on the other side if I've been sheltered. Like this doesn't eliminate you from blackness. When you still go outside, you're still black. So I think that's kind of funny. But I would also say because of the simple fact, why this nigga don't never put shit in the trash? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how the fuck you missing the trash every fucking time. Like, okay. Anyway, so I mean, I just think that primarily my point without going too deep, like you said, there's not going to be a lot of healthy black men. And I think that y'all have to consider that. Like black men who have worked on themselves, gotten therapy, started to deviate away from their trauma, you're not going to find a lot of black men like that because a lot of black men still dispose therapy.
so you don't think that men can work on themselves instead of going to therapy? You don't think that could actually happen?
If they have childhood trauma, no. If and it depends on the level of their trauma. If their trauma is
Okay,
that bad,
now we talking.
no.
That's what I was going to ask you
But
next.
if they don't have childhood trauma like that, or they actually came from healthy family and they've experienced some things with being in the streets, yes. But a man who has experienced trauma, absolutely not. Like, and I caution against that. Black people who try to self-diagnose and self-treat. That's a problem these days. If you think you can solve your own problems, you wouldn't still have them.
Do you do are you familiar with this? Um, that instead of going to others for your problems, you go to your elders for your problems. Are you familiar with that? Because that's really the this culture of therapy of being a therapist comes from. You used to go to your elders because they know what you. going through it, and more likely, if you're in that community, they're gonna know what you went through. Are you
Yeah,
familiar with that?
with that, I agree with it, right? Because that's what I do. But you have to make sure your elders are not traumatized and they're not trying to trauma bond with you, and that they're coming from a position to just be informative versus just trying to give you advice. And that's the thing. I don't think a lot of people can weed out if they're talking to a traumatized elder versus somebody that's more on the healthier side of things. That's what also creates the problem. Do you know if the elder you talking to has worked through their own trauma, or that they can come from a non-biased perspective? And that's hard to entail because sometimes when you respond to elders and be like, well, that sounded a little traumatized, or you try to correct them, I don't even say correct them, but challenge what they're saying, you immediately get to a position where they now saying, well, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You wet behind the ears. That's you get deposed immediately. That's what I'm saying. That may not be. You have to figure out if you're talking to an elder that can give you perspective from a non-biased a non-biased standpoint, or if they only gonna talk to you, and then if you kind of refute anything they saying, they immediately use your age or your youth as a weaponization to belittle you or minimize your thinking process, which happens a lot.
That does happen, and that's on the individual as yourself to try to identify what type of elder you're dealing with. Because I've heard you spoke on uh, someone that's 70 years old in comparison to someone that's 40 years old. You rather talk to the 70 year old. I'd rather talk to the 70 year old. And if I feel uneased or what this person is giving me, just like any other person that's out there searching for a therapist, I'm going to go to another elder. Like you'll go to another therapist, going therapist shopping. So what was the other thing on your checklist? Let's go to that next point.
I mean, I be trying to relate to y'all. I can relate to you a little bit. It's just it depends.
What was that? What was that next thing you had? Because you said you had a few checklists. You said you have to have your own thing. A lot of black men have their own thing. So which one out? You said so you said the second one outweighs the rest of them. That's why you really pointed that out, right? Sound like you're kind of busy right now. Cheyenne said I'm not open minded at all. Why do you think I'm not open minded, Cheyenne? I had an ex girlfriend that was named Cheyenne. I was younger. She was sweet. But you did, Jada?
I'm here.
You heard my question? My question?
No,
You moving around, you work, you doing stuff in the house.
no.
You can just tell by
I'm
the
sorry.
things you say.
Give me like two
That's.
seconds, but let me answer the question real quick after you give me these 2 seconds. Let me answer the question right now.
Hmm.
What's the question?
Oh, I said, what was the next thing on your checklist? And we talked about, and I mentioned,
Be open
um,
minded.
open minded to what?
Anything. You know what I'm saying? Black men are not open minded, which is why black women can't create.
Give me an example.
Okay, for like instance, if we talking on the subject of health or therapy or black men's mental state. Black men don't want to hear that shit from us. We're immediately told that because we're not a man, we can't tell them what it is to be a man. But then black men challenge if black women had healthier men in their upbringing. So if I say as a black woman I had healthy men, can I still? I still cannot tell men what it is to be a man. And what I think men have to understand, some women are, but some women aren't. I'm not trying to tell you what it is to be a man. I'm telling you that because I have healthy men in my upbringing, some of the things you may be doing may be directly unhealthy. But even if you had healthy men in your upbringing, you're still immediately refuted as though just because you had one healthy man, you can't tell niggas what it is to be a man. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to tell you, I recognize, brother, you may have an unhealthy pattern. Men are not open minded to the fact that, for one, if women even had healthy men on their background because it's immediately challenged, or if women can offer men some subtle advice when it comes to unhealthy dynamics or unhealthy communication patterns they're exhibiting. Women could not
So you
are
saying,
not allowed to correct men in conversation at all without being
so you
legally.
saying when it comes down to that person directly being told how you feel, they don't take it well. Is that what you're basically saying?
Men don't feel like women can't know shit, have an opinion sometimes, yay, if it's not about cooking, fucking, or cleaning.
That's not how I think. I get what you're saying though, because it's just like a defensive mechanism. That's when they use that. It's times that I present it to certain women like, listen, I think that because I know the dynamics of the black families, I think we should go to therapy so I can really like understand you. So, and at one point I've never thought about going to no goddamn therapy at all, at all. You know what I mean? So, and there's other times when I let people give me constructive criticism, but it's always when I point something out to them. So to me, when they respond to me, it doesn't feel genuine. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you want to do it instead of you really sitting down and thinking about it and we talk on it. To me, you're doing it because you're not listening to understand. You're just listening to reply. So again, that's the defensive mechanism too. But I've never once felt as though that a woman can't give their opinion on things because when a woman get their opinion on things, and we know that they're coming from a genuine place, we will sit down and listen to them because you got to understand that our mothers are the one was the primary family person in our life. They raised us, our grandmothers, our aunties, stuff like that. So it's almost kind of it's always it's almost I want to use that word. You know what I mean? Like it does to me. It doesn't make sense that men cannot take certain type of advice unless they just one of those arrogant ass men. So I get that. But that's not all men. That's not all men. Cheyenne, I wish you could come up here. If women has money too, then you are men. Wait. If the woman has money too, then no, you are men. Women are supposed to feel secure and a man can take care of. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. And, no, Cheyenne, you can't just say just you can tell by the things that I say. Me being a host of a room and conversating with others where I have no type of relationship with or intend to have any type of relationship with, I it is my duty to push the conversation forward and just to ask questions that I think that other people will ask. That you can't really scale me because you hear me talking on an app with someone. When I'm with someone intimately, I'm a whole different person. You know what I mean? I have sense. I'm open to a lot of things, not just weird. I'm not open to weird shit. Definitely not. I come from a demographic area where we don't do a lot of things and if, to have fun that everybody else deemed to be normal. But I'm out of that phase where I can't try something else because I know there's better things out there, and I know that the way I was raised wasn't the best way. It wasn't perfect. You know what I mean? And I had to do a whole lot of self evaluating a lot of the times. You know what I mean? So I've gotten to a place where I could take advice from anyone, but if it's coming from a place of, to me, when I ask you questions, comes like a trauma response, then it's for me to decipher if this information is well worth me in digesting stuff like that. So no, Cheyenne, I'm actually a right person. And guess what? Uh, at one point in time, I'm older, so I was raised by men that said that act like traditional quote unquote men, and then I was raised by some that really didn't really see women as their equal when it comes down to uh, knowledge and giving advice and stuff like that. Like so, I had to shake that off, and I had to start finding out what I was dealing with. So I correct a whole lot of my ways. But what I really have done is learn how to spot those who are genuine and who is not genuine. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm out here out of my truck. I learned how to spot those who's just there for a short while. Somebody that's trying to that's going to be there to understand that we can do this together. Some just feel as though that they just want you for them and whatever they deem you necessary for. I mean, I've been around it all at this point. Both of my relationships been long term. It's just that to me, I wasn't in touch with myself. So they stuck around because they cared. You said that you got offended because a girl said you can't take care of her. You can take care. You can't. Yeah, okay. You take care of her. She could recognize that earlier on that shouldn't be a concern. That is a concern. What do you mean? It ain't about me take care of her. It's about us taking care of each other. Your words mean something. You know what I mean? Your words mean something. If anything, Cheyenne, I don't think you're open minded because the things that I talk about is for the last past you didn't want to dig deeper to what I'm saying. But then when the guy spoke the other day and he says things that women like to hear, and it feels good like to you and tastes like honey to you. That's also damaging. If you don't get the truth from someone, I think that's damaging. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of we are you do have to admit that a lot of women like sweet lies, Cheyenne. They do. They love sweet lies. They love it. And yes, I put it to the test at times. They don't want to hear the truth. They just want to hear what they want to hear. So I don't know. Maybe you're not open minded, Cheyenne. Tell me what's on your mind. I wish you'd come up and speak so you can elaborate on things as well. I'm very open minded. Shit. Once I found out that things are not supposed to go my way, it's a two-way street. I started changing up a lot. I even woof. I don't want to talk about that. Not right now. I even said to myself, "Shit, baby, if you're bisexual, like you can, and you like women, it's not going to damage our relationship. You can do what you want, as long as you don't deal with no man." I was even open minded to that until I said, "Well, that's not something I'm really used to." Federal was good, bro. See you in a minute. Something I'm not really used to. You know what I mean? So I said, no, I'm not gonna go that far because at this point, I'm really undermining my principles and morals and stuff like that. So I didn't go through with it, but I was open minded to it. You know what I mean? I wish Dr. J was still here. I wanted to run down her checklist again. But men don't owe women a better life. We owe each other a better life, and that was my point, Cheyenne. We owe when she said that. Well, I'm thinking like, yo, well, what about what we can do? Not what just I can do. What about what we can do? If we can take care of each other. No, I didn't hear that. Her, I can take care of her. What? No, we can take care of each other. We can make shit work with each other. But if you're gonna lean on me for the blunt of everything, it's no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna tire myself out more than I already tired myself out. That means you're gonna if you get pissed off or something like that, and you one of those people that just go retail therapy, I have to make that up. Mm, that benefits you. Which part benefits me? Anything I do is to benefit both parties in the relationship, Cheyenne. You should go to the bathroom. You said last time you was sleeping, your man was sleeping. You should go to the bathroom and just give me a brief submission. I can go on what you're really saying. I don't just think about my. Yeah, you said it benefits me that I have a woman that says I can take care of her. Is that a yes or a no? You can put yes or no. 'Cause I'm trying to get what you're saying. Hey, Miss Hope. Good morning. I know you up more. I know you up in the morning making your meals and stuff like that.
Greetings, greetings. What's up?
You meal prepping?
No, not at the moment. Just on the same time, you know? Yeah.
Damn it, this fucking lights is going out on me again. Shit, kidding me? Oh my god. She said that's why you are that's why you open to that. The bisexual thing. No, no, I don't like threesomes, man. I'm not that type of person to want to share my lady with no one, men or women. That's not me. I'm sorry, wrong man. I just did it because before I dated someone that was like that, and I felt as though because I didn't allow her to, be fully herself, that kind of messed the relationship up. That didn't benefit me. I'm not that type of person. You have never heard me, Miss Hope, say I want two wives, something like that. Have you, Miss Hope, ever? Me speaking,
No.
never. You know what I mean? Like, truthfully, out of my whole 41 years, the first time I ever had one was this year. 41 years, I tried it. It's cool, but I'm a love making nigga. You know what I'm saying? It can sound corny all you want. You can say it's corny all you want to. No, that's what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really into all of that. What you think about the title, Miss Hope? Good morning.
Sorry. Why is it a struggle to come off the mic? You notice that? Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. I don't even know. Men don't owe women a better life. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna agree. But what men do, I don't know if it's a but women, we should create our better life before. That's what I believe. Because if men is not as dependable as you think, ladies, and the men supposed to have them better life too. I think when you're both raised wherever you're coming from, to understand what is a better life and how to achieve it, both men and women, because I'm sorry, ladies, you cannot put the responsibility of your life even into the man that you're marrying. I'm sorry.
Can I
So
answer that question,
I
please?
don't think 1 minute. I don't think men are the one that gives women a better life. No, what they can do is assist you to maintain your life, which is already supposed to be already better that you've created for yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, in order to even have a life, you have to. Okay, so in order to, and for anyone to love you, you need to love yourself first. And the guy that I've been dating since last year had said the most sexiest and most beautiful thing about me, he thinks, is because of the fact that I do love myself and I have confidence. And because of that, guys don't owe women anything. You guys don't owe us shit when it comes to that, respectfully, because of the fact that we're supposed to love ourselves. We're supposed to have our shit together before that. But it does say in the Bible that it's gonna be come along, that one man that's gonna come along in your life that's meant to be with you for the rest of your life, that he's gonna guide you. That you need to learn to submit a little bit, because that man is going to be the one that you trust, and he trusts you, that he's going to be your savior, your protector. He's also gonna, like, there's some things that, like, the guy that I've been dating has taught me a lot about life, because I'm 49 years old, and up until, like, I started dating him last year, he is the first real man I've ever dated. Even my husband didn't give a shit about me. No, I've learned so much from this man, because he's taught me, and it says it in the Bible that you have to submit to a man, and he will show you and guide you, and you will learn to be able to see, because it's like he's taught me so much. Off, and now I'm off the mic.